Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2, the UK modded series. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. First off, I do apologise for the fact that it has been 2 weeks since the last video, but if we cast our minds back 2 weeks ago, this is what we made. This was a new station in Ollerton, and we combined a cargo station with a passenger station, and I think this is one of the best stations that I have made. Still requires a little bit of work, but it is certainly looking exactly as I want it to. In addition to that, we are using these new platforms, and these platforms really look, well, they look the part. They really do. So I am considering going around the map and changing all of the stations to look like this, but that is not what we're going to be doing today, at least not for the first part of the video. If we get around to it, we are going to go ahead and do that, or I am going to go ahead and do that, and hopefully you will watch and hopefully enjoy. What we are going to be doing in this video is I'm going to neaten up some of this track that is going out over towards Berwick-on-Tweed, and we are going to try and figure out whether or not adding a train to this track into a town where on the town icons it requires bricks or construction materials. Does that allow us to ship construction materials out? And is that what it is? Do we have to get the first two on the town items before everything else unlocks? So make sure you stay tuned, and hopefully this does work. There's going to be a little bit of neatening. We'll do a bit of a ride along, and I'm going to talk about why I do not particularly like the route in the way I've designed it and any changes that I might have to make. So I guess that's everything from the intro. Might as well start detailing and start checking whether or not this works. Now, the first thing I'm thinking about this is I should probably get the train running before I do the detailing, and the reason I say that is we do not have a depot anywhere near this area. In fact, I could cheat this a little. If I throw a depot in here temporarily, connect it up, get the train out, and then delete the depot whilst I'm testing this, and then look for a more permanent position to put the depot, I guess I could do that. And that is just to essentially save time on the train itself. So let's go ahead and do that, actually. Buildings. That. I do need to delete some of these now because those ones work. I don't think I need these. Some of these I do not need. That's although we've got this. Hang on, I'm just trying to figure out what's the difference between these and these. So what about this one? Yeah, that's British Rail. That is the kind that I'm going to be using everywhere. Yes, I will be using British Rail everywhere when it comes to it. So realistically, I suppose I do not need any of those, or these, or these, and guess, do we have British Rail here? Era C. This is just Era C. Well, that's not good. I think we need Era B is what we're after. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. Let's go ahead and just throw one of these in very quickly. Tracks. I need to get rid of these tracks as well. Standard tracks, it's fine. Too much curvature, whatever. There we go. It's going to go soon. You can clearly see the difference between the two tracks now. And I will create a line between... I suppose we're going in between... Oops. Creates a new line in between here and... Ollerton... Freight. There we go. That seems to be working. It's brickwork, so I could give it a bit of a red colour, I suppose. Okay, that is looking pretty good. I think I might pick platform 8 just because I just want to. It's just neat around there. I'll change that to a bit of a deep red colour. I will rename this line, of course, and that's going to be FRRA Ollerton Bricks. There we go. That will do. And then let's bring out a train for it. Let's see what we can do. Right. We're going to need a fairly powerful train for this. Steam engines. What do we have? What's our latest? We're in the 1980s. Let's go for running cost build date. There we go. What's at the top of our list? So we've got that one, which was let's see, DX goods, freight trains, several. I mean, that could work at 52 miles per hour. I think that is what we need. So let's go ahead and grab one of those. I'm going to actually try and paint it. It's a bit bright. A deeper red? That's a bit too deep. There we go. Red like that. Eventually you're going to see things are going to start matching in colours, but not quite yet. And then, I suppose... Oh, that doesn't take bricks. It's bolster wagons, aren't they? We need these ones. Those ones are the ones we need, but those are too slow. 1870. I did want the large ones, but neither of these seem to be what I'm after. I'm after that one. Okay, what else do I have? I have this. I think perhaps we could take that. Look, we do have bricks on that. Okay, there we go. Let's go for a 4-plank wagon. Do we have any other ones? No, I think the 4-plank wagon is the one we're after. So we'll go for, say, 140 meters, mediocre. I think that could do. It can carry 80. We'll buy just one of them and shove them on the route. Let's see if this works. I am very curious to see if this works or not. Off you go. Nice and slow. Ooh, that's a nice whistle. Thank you. I could have changed the colours out on these. I might at some point. As soon as it's clear, it should start accelerating. There it goes. Okay. Right, so now, whilst that's doing what it needs to do, I'm going to neaten up a few of these and see what we can do. So, first off, I will go ahead and look at perhaps running something along these lines. Some distance away. I'm just giving it a little bit of a distance because I'd like to put some trees in here again. As you all know, I do particularly like putting trees in. That is not looking too bad. Now, I think for this, if I just did that and then deleted that and brought this down like so, I think that could work. And then on this side, this is where it gets a little interesting, because I'm not entirely certain how I'd go about doing this. I think if I get rid of that and then connect that over there, it's a bit, I mean, that's a lot of, that's quite a gap. Would they really do something like that? I think more likely it will run nearer to this, something along these lines, and then ease up just gently in that manner. That is what I think would happen. And then here, I think maybe just doing that, that would be an interesting... That would be an interesting turn of events, wouldn't it? To have a farm suddenly look like this. There we go. Why not? Why not? And then on this side, again, a similar sort of concept. I think this needs to turn... Wait a minute. There we go. That needs to turn in that direction. Move this around like so. You can connect up to there. So that is that farm. And then over on this side, I suppose the same concept will hold, where we move along in this direction, very gently turning with the railway. Again, I suppose going forward we could just put bushes there instead, but for now, ease of use, this is what we need to do. I did see a comment. Somebody, I'm not sure if I've answered this one, but there was a comment that asked, seen a lot of gameplay where there's no entrances to farms. Is that a British thing, or is that just an oversight? No, we do have entrances to farms. In this particular series, I'm not building all of those entrances, simply because that looks okay. Simply because there's just too many of them to build, and I will do some, but there's just way too many to build, and it is going to be quite difficult for me to then do that. In other titles, I suppose it might be the same sort of thing. It's just a lot to do, so they simplify it, because close to a railway you're probably not going to get that many entrances. The entrances are going to be a little bit further away. So all I'm doing here is I'm just ensuring that I've got this done whilst I'm waiting for things to build up. There we go. I think that is working quite nicely. So the railway has clear sides on both sides, which is pretty good. I mean, see, the other thing is I'm never sure whether the railway should have this big a gap or not. That is, I'll put that to a question. Should the railway have the sorts of gaps that I'm putting in some places? Obviously, in other places like here, there's hardly any gap. In fact, there is none. So I'm just not sure. Just not sure at all. That way. Follow it along. See, even here, I'm just not sure. Should we have the gap here? Should this be right up to the edge? I'm just not certain of that. But if I just go ahead and finish this, the train should now be on its way back, I'm hoping. Careful. Where is the train? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, it is on its way back. Exactly as I wanted. So we should get this perfectly done. We should get this done on time. I'm going to bring this just a little closer. Run it along there. Oh, come on. There we go. And up to here. Or not. There is a Transport Fever 2. I'm waiting for the update for Transport Fever 2. I'm not sure when that is due, but I think think that is going to be quite a good update. And then connect these farms up as they were. That is looking pretty good on this side. That is looking pretty good. Now I'll be honest, I'm still not keen on this railway. I know I mentioned it in the last video that the design that I was putting through it, there were parts that I was redoing quite a few times. I'm still not keen on it, but I think this is all. I've not got much else to go on at this point. Straighten that up. And then over here, this is all slightly elevated, so you can see that that's above, which I do quite like. I do like that design. Where's the train gone? There you are. Yes, there it is. Okay. We'll check on it in a minute. I just want to finish off this bit here. So again, if I give this just a bit of a gap so that we could put some trees or things like that in, I think that will work really nicely when it comes to detailing. And then just up to here and just connect that up. Oops. Okay, sure, that will do. And then you go down to there. That looks fine. That looks fine. That all is looking quite good. There's just this one missing here. Not entirely sure what to do with this. Fill this area up with trees. That is what I could do. And would you look at that? Ollerton bricks. It does work. So what it is that the first two that are labelled on these are the ones that it wants first off. Then it will probably accept the rest. So this could accept food. But then the question there is, why does it not work up in Bracknell? What is stopping it from working here? I mean, okay, it's 6 of 58, but why 6? What's the problem over here that's causing the headache? That is what I need to try and work out. Also, what are you? Those buildings are horrible. Right. Interesting. Very, very interesting. What I'm going to do now is whilst we're checking that, getting that running, I'm going to I do have a problem. How am I going to get a this is a main station, right? I'm going to change Berwick upon Tweed station with these 4 platforms. I'm going to give it something a little bit fancier than this. So first off, I'm going to demolish these. Like so. That's the first thing I'm doing. Secondly, I'm going to replace these. I'm going to replace each one of these with King's Cross. King's Cross. Look, we have shelters as well. We could stick shelters on these. Basic shelters. I am going to use that. But I just want the King's Cross platforms. There's the platform roofs, which I will be using in places. But I need the platforms themselves. There they are. Right. So if I go ahead and demolish this side and then put this platform in, now we have a proper King's Cross platform. That's looking a lot better. Okay, That's pretty good. That's pretty good there. I'll do the same on the opposite side almost immediately. Just hope it fits. Yes, it will fit. No. Just... one module will be removed. 2 modules will be removed. Why? Why would you remove the module? Okay. Okay. Let's remove the module. Put the platform in. And then we'll put the module back in a moment. Yes, let's do that. Saw one where it says only 1 module. How do I do that? No. Okay. This is going to be bad. But I need to do this. And put that in. Is there anything else we could do with King's Cross that we could use? Like, for example, let's use that as a station entrance now. Let's use that as a station entrance. How about no on that as well? No. Station. No. Before we do the station, I want the generic British roofs. Here we go. Steel solid roof, black and white. Oh, we've got loads. I do like the red ones here. It's not exactly the style I'd like. I was kind of hoping for rounded ones. Blast. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. Before we do that. I know I'm causing a complete mess on this station, but it will be worth it. It will be worth it. Black and white. I mean, it's not terrible. Okay, let me check some other ones. Mad Hatter platforms. Hey, look, they're the same height as well. They're the size of British platforms. Okay. Mad Hatter buildings. That was Glasgow. I see. All these platforms. Passenger buildings. Yes, we need to sort that out. Miscellaneous. Aha! Now this might be nicer. Let's take a look at that. Compared to, let's check out Manchester's. That's what Manchester's one is. Then this is Liverpool Lime Street. Kind of, to be honest, in that case I like these ones. And then just a classic one. Let's check this out. That's the one I'd like. Just a basic. Yep, that will do. Go away, go away, and go away. I want these. Oh, could I do a double or... No, let's do 2 like that. There we go. That's the station now. I'm an idiot because now I cannot get rid of the tracks without removing the... Well done, brain. Let's fix the tracks up. Let's fix the tracks and the buildings. Tracks wise. Yeah, I know. I want to use tracks 50 mile per hour. 50, sure. 50 will do. Why can we not get tracks here? What's wrong with this? Oh no. It's because of how close these get to it, isn't it? Will that allow me to configure the station and put the tracks in? Yes, it does. Okay. And then we have to do the tiny connection. I'll do the same thing here. That train is going to have a nightmare, but whatever. There we go. Oh, okay, they moved the train further up. That's fine. Put these tracks in over here too. There we go. Then I need to come out of this. Get rid of this tiny bits of track here. Then possibly get rid of this and this and this and this. I'm making an absolute hash of this, I am, but I'm hoping it will be worth it. There we go. And just because I know it's going to happen going forward, I'm going to add another set of tracks here. Because it will happen, this will get a little bigger. That is looking okay to me. Now we need the buildings. I'm pretty sure this is not one I want. And I'm pretty sure one in Weymouth is not going to be any good either. So let's go for our... let's see. Let's type in blue. We'll start with blue. There we go. How large a station can we get? Now that is it. That's as large as we're going to get. And then that, which is what we had before, I believe. That works nicely, and now I put the tops on. What a nightmare. Should I just do a big arch, or should I do... No, let's do tiny arches. What on earth's this one done? Interesting. Why are you going all the way out there when you do platforms? Of course. That is what it is. There we go. Okay. And now, at this point, we jump out of that. We go back to these. We go for our 50 mile per hour track. And we just hope this connects. And it does. Shocking. Need to put the signals back in as well. So the majority of this... This episode was supposed to be me fixing things, but I've completely decided that no, this is something I want to do instead. And then I'll go ahead and put all the signals in here. Where does the track go? Well, that isn't correct. What's going on here? Excuse me. I'm going to put a signal in. I'm going to put a signal just here. And here. There. Okay, we have two signals. And then I guess we need outbound signals on this one. And then what's wrong with this? I'm not entirely sure. Manage line. Berwick upon Tweed. Take platform 2. There we go. That will do. Okay. Okay, so Berwick upon Tweed is now a much bigger, bolder, grander station. Look at that. Now that looks pretty good. That actually looks like a proper station now. With the proper platforms and everything. I'm quite impressed. Okay. In the meantime, how's this looking? That's not bad. That is not bad. So that is going to go all the way into Ollerton. And we're starting to have our supply run. So the next question is, see, this still does generate some, but not a lot. So what do you want? You want goods. How are we going to generate goods? That's a whole new problem. Or tools, machines. How do we generate steel? It's going to be this is going to be interesting. And as you can see, this is now filling up. I'm assuming this one's probably filling up as well. They're not able to get the goods. They're not able to get the train working fast enough. They cannot get all the stone up, so we might have to increase that. But all in all, I think we've had a bit of a success. Ah, yes, this part. How do we connect this road up? I forgot about this. How do we connect this road up? Okay, this is how we're going to connect this road up. Up across like that, and then I guess we'll need it to, oh dear. That will do. There we go. That will have to do. I think that is probably our best bet. Going up there, that's probably as high as that's going to go. Yep, that looks about right. And then from here, when that all fills up, that will all be housing. That's going to look fairly good. Just to end this video off, there is one thing that somebody did leave in the comments a couple of weeks ago about cargo shed. So if I go over here and configure this, I think, is it cargo buildings? No. Cargo shed, there it is. This is something. First off, how high is this platform? It's the same, unfortunately, but it is a empty platform. That's kind of important. Get rid of that. Just leave it completely empty like that. There we go. And then, does that actually go in as a It does. There's a shed. Now we're talking British. Let's see. If I then get rid of that and then put... No. Oh, yeah, that's it. How would that look? That looks a little better. In fact, get rid of you. Put some ramps in along there. 2 ramps would have probably sufficed. Yep. And then... good shed doors, yep. We do not want a large main building. Another medium one. No, I just need a shed. Oh, unless the shed is supposed to go... Aha! that is what's supposed to happen. That is what's supposed to happen. Okay. I think I could make something of this. I think I could definitely make something of this. Lovely. Well, thank you for that tip. I can't remember who left it, but thank you for that tip. That was really useful. I didn't even know about these. Yes, this could work for me quite nicely. Just realised something in Berwick upon Tweed that I've not done. How do people get across? Oh, why are you all in the ground? Stop being in the ground. That's horrible. Oh dear. Oh, we need to raise the height of these people. So obviously the platforms are much higher. King's Cross. I believe we require some of these. But that's not going to work, is it? It's going to have to be an underpass. There we go. That's more like it. Now people can actually get from place to place. What are you doing, people? Okay. Looks a little bit strange, but that's fine. I need to try and catch a picture of this. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use today as the thumbnail. We've done a couple of things, so I'll have to see. Is this a good enough thumbnail? I think the thumbnail is going to have to be from the city looking out. It's sort of on the wrong side, but do you know what? It doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. Just move it in like that. That could work quite nicely as a thumbnail. Because that's, yeah, I think that does work. It does show off something that we've done. And then I guess the other one that I could do is go over to Ollerton. Where's the train? The train's still here, right. Let's fast forward that. Still producing a fair amount. And once the train gets over here, now, should I put the shed on this side? I really think I should. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the shed, both cargo sheds, just a smaller one, on this side. Delete you. Put an empty platform there. And I think that's probably going to look much better. That actually does look pretty nice. I could also go ahead and configure this station to not have those and have these instead. There we go. Much, much better. Where's that train? Here it comes. So in the next video, what I'm probably going to be doing is going around fixing up all of these stations, because this just looks so much nicer. Obviously we're not going to have the archways on all of them, but it's just more British, I suppose. Just like this one as well. Doesn't have the archways. Again, actually one thing we could do here, some benches. You'd expect those. You'd expect benches. You'd expect some shelters. There, and I suppose you'd have shelters there and there. There we go. Maybe not. Maybe those shelters do not look so good. Go away, you. There we go. There we go. Not looking too bad at all. Where's the train? Here comes the train. As soon as the train's in, I'm going to try and get a nice screenshot of it. In you come, there you go, and park yourself up. I think the screenshot should probably come from... Ooh, hello. And no, that's not quite there. Right, how am I going to get this screenshot? Because it just looks like the train's gone into an area. Actually, yes, this is actually starting to look quite good. If we do this. Because you can sort of see exactly where the train's gone. There we go. I'll take that as a screenshot. So, with that, I'm going to end this. Get rid of F1. I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2. Also, potentially going to take this as a screenshot. Sorry. Also, leave your comments with any suggestions you might have for what I've got, and I think I said subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transports Fever 2. Of course, subscribing is free, so it doesn't cost you anything. Make sure you do go ahead and do that if you want to see more videos. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/ECGadget. Your supports would be massively appreciated, and there are videos on exclusive to Patreon that are available, as well as the Patreon Discord. And though a little bit quiet, there are some things coming up, and I'd like to say thank you to my newest Patreon supporter. So thank you very much for supporting me, and of course to those supporters who have been supporting me for quite a long time. Lastly, you can find me on social media at ECGadget, LP for both Twitter and Instagram. That is all from me. I'll see you next time in Transports Fever 2, the UK modded series, where I think I'm going to change out all the platforms on all our current stations, and then I want to see if I can figure out this route from Ollerton into Downham Market or Berwick upon Tweed, that triangle thing that I wanted to do, and try and figure out how I'm going to do that in the best way. The other thing is, of course, is that somehow I've got to find a way out of Ollerton. That is not going to be the easiest of things, I do not think. So, got to figure that one out as well. But that will all happen in the coming episodes.